down below, what did you think of this film, Next Goal Wins? What is your favorite Taika Waititi film? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And also, while you're down there, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Today, we're talking about the 2023 sports comedy biopic, sort of based on a true story film, Next Goal Wins. Based on the documentary of the same name, this is the true story of the infamous, terrible American Samoa soccer team who recruit disgraced coach Thomas Rongen to help their team to a victory, which is getting a goal in a soccer match.
We haven't scored one goal in the history of our country trying to have a soccer team. Mark my words, things are going to change. I got us a new coach.
I really do enjoy Taika Waititi's filmmaking. Generally, his movies are quite good. I absolutely love What We Do in the Shadows. The Hunt for the Wilderpeople might be one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years. Jojo Rabbit's incredible. Thor Ragnarok is absolutely amazing. So when I heard he was making this film, I was very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And it's alright. It's not a great film. It's not an epic, amazing movie. It is not Taika's best made film either. It's sort of just kind of in the middle ground there. The best thing about this film is the comedic flair that Taika brings to his stories, into his characters, into this story, which is based on true events, but you can tell that it's not what really happened because Taika really does put his spin and his humor and his style and tone into this story and into the characters who aren't like that in real life. So it's fast and loose with the story in the first place, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Knowing who Thomas Rongen is from the documentary and then looking at Michael Fassbender play him, I don't know if Michael Fassbender was the right person to play this role. I'm not saying he does a bad job because Michael Fassbender is an amazing actor and he'll do any role amazing. And he has some amazing, beautiful performances in this movie that it's heartbreaking, but I don't know if he necessarily nails the character of Thomas Rongen. Michael Fassbender does a great job performing those emotional scenes. But as for capturing the character, I don't know if he was just necessarily the best fit. The cast, though, is amazing. They are so funny in this film.
Whiskey, beer, wine?
Yep, we got all those. Which one?
Whiskey, beer, and wine.
Oscar Knightley as the commissioner for the American Samoa Soccer Association is so great and hilarious. He's like got 30 different jobs on the island and really represents that leadership and that lifestyle and that belief system on the American Samoa Island. And this movie is much more a personal film than it is a movie about winning a soccer match. It is much more about Thomas's character and about him clashing with the Islanders, becoming, friends with them and ultimately. And that's more the victory than the actual game itself. Is this a sports movie? Yes, but not really either. It kind of does a lot of the same formulaic things that most sports movies do, but at the same time, it's not very focused on the sport of soccer or football.
Soccer hooligans.
It's much more about the characters and the dynamics and the things that they went through by building this team together, how they began to heal and flourish because of one another, both for Thomas Rongen and for the people of American Samoa. Kayamana was great as Gia, Will Arnett, Elizabeth Moss. The whole cast is awesome. Great performances, hilarious performances. And that's what really drives this movie are the characters, is the humor, and is the style and tone that this film fits in.
Dear Lord, thank you for sending us Mr. Rongen. We've become quite attached to him. It's like finding a little lost white kid at the mall and telling him which way to go.
I love the lifestyle that they show on the island, and it is a great movie with a fun message, a sweet message of be happy, redemption, and second chances, and it's okay to be a loser.
Le who? The her.
These are all these great, awesome themes in this movie. The problem with this film, though, is that it is very formulaic. And then in a lot of ways, it's also very emotionally manipulative. Now, any movie is going to, emotionally manipulate an audience. That's what it's intended to do. But there's sometimes where a story and the way that the story is executed and told feels very cheap in the manipulation to get us to an emotional point. And I hate when films use that, and this film does do that here. If you're looking for an emotional, resonant film with good characters and like a tragic aspect to it, but it's told in a really well executed manner, Hunt for the Wilderpeople is the movie to go check out. This is a lesser version of that. There's a certain plot point with Thomas Rongen, his character, that is kept from the audience throughout the whole movie, and I'm not going to say what it is, I won't spoil anything, but it keeps that information from the audience the entire movie until that moment. And with this kind of story and the way it's told, it feels cheap when that happens. Like, it did hit me emotionally. I did tear up even. Please. At the same time, I was like, I don't know, it just didn't sit well with me as an audience member. So the movie does feel emotionally manipulative at times in a very negative way. It's also a very formulaic and safe movie. It's pretty much a straight coming-of-age underdog story for a nation.
I was wondering if you'd be interested in coaching the first Jamaican bobsled team.
And I like it. It's a cute story. It's really sweet and inspiring. But does it pack an emotional punch? Not really. Does it have anything new or significant to say? Not necessarily. Is it the greatest filmmaking that I've seen from Taika Waititi? No.
No way.
So it just kind of sits in the middle there. I don't have anything impactful or amazing to say about the film, but I'm also not like tearing it down and saying it's like one of the worst movies of the year. But I am a bit disappointed with the overall execution of the story and just how it came about. It felt flat. There are some great funny parts to it. There are some wonderful lines. And then sometimes the humor just fell flat, lingered too long on certain jokes.
Lingerer, man.
Yeah, totally.
Linger.
And it's like the same thing he did in Thor Love and Thunder. And I think he's just got to reel it back a bit more. The third act really takes some interesting choices in the storytelling aspect that I don't know if it necessarily worked, and I like it when he does things differently and steps outside the boundaries. That's what makes him such an interesting artist. And that's why I'll repeat again, Hunt for the Wilderpeople is a much better example of this style of filmmaking and this kind of story. There's some just fundamental flaws with the movie and the storytelling itself that I just couldn't get over. But ultimately, did I hate this movie? No. Did I love it? No. Is it in the best 3 Taika Waititi films? No. I think this is one you can wait for it to come out on whatever streaming service or video on demand. So before I get my final thought and grade on this film, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. What did you think of Next Goal Wins? Did you love this sports drama, biopic sort of, true story, comedy film? Which one of Taika Waititi films is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below, and click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. I did have fun with this film. It is enjoyable. It is a crowd-pleasing film. And if that's something that you want, that's just easy and breezy, you will love this film. For me, I wanted a bit more from it, and ultimately it felt a bit safe. Because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and give Next Goal Wins a B-. Thank you so much for checking out Mr. Teach Film Preach. Come back and check out some other video reviews like The Killer by David Fincher, starring also Michael Fassbender, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and the Disney musical animated film Wish. Have a great day, everyone. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.